I have learned that words mean very little when attempting discipline from a place of dysregulation and agitation, and that my calm presence can be the real anchor for relational brain-aligned discipline. What if we perceived discipline through a lens of connection? What if we began to collectively think about replacing the behaviors we see as harmful or negative, rather than just stopping them? What if we quit talking so much about behaviors and focused on one another's brain and body state and the miraculous power of neuroplasticity? What if our discipline goal was just as much about our own brain and body states as it is about the students we are sitting beside? As I write the opening chapter of this book, I know that, knowing what I know about brain development, adversity, and resiliency, I would have been a different mom, sister, friend, daughter, and spouse than I was years ago. I would have shared this brain, attachment, and neuroscience research with my students, and I would have paid very close attention to my own regulation and brain state before I uttered a word to my own children or to my students. I open this chapter with a story I have shared 1,000 times in presentations and talks. This story is an integral part of the new lens for discipline. This story changed me. It changed my son. It shares the power of relationship during conflict and chaos. Looking back on this time, I was not a conscious parent or educator, and I carried my own agenda and belief system into every experience with my children, my students, and more than likely with many, if not all, the relationships in my life. I was coming from a space and place of desiring conformity. I was solution-oriented and wanting the best for my children and students. But I was forgetting that my view and best was probably not their best. As humans, we place our personal agendas and belief systems within the context of every relationship because we are social creatures whose existences rely on one another, and emotions are contagious. Educator Brandon Pickett was able to shine a light on our teenage son, seeing Andrew's gifts, sensitivity, and his hidden yet deep desire to be felt by another and to feel safe. How? He approached Andrew through a brain and body state of connection. This teacher created that environment and growing ease of presence, and this was, and is, relational discipline at its best. One late Monday afternoon several years ago, as I frantically prepared for my Monday night class, an email appeared in my university inbox. Looking at the address and then the subject line, my heart began to flutter nervously, and a feeling of impending dread filled my body in a matter of seconds. I took a hesitant deep breath, clicked the mouse button, and began to read. Andrew is sitting with his group and working tremendously hard on his project. He is attentive and appears happy and motivated. I thought you would like to know.